Molisch test. Objective. First, to know what carbohydrates are. Second, to detect the presence of carbohydrates by using Molisch reagent. Third, carry out tests to check if carbohydrates are present. Fourth, observe the reaction from each test to identify the carbohydrates. And lastly, understand and explain the result from each carbohydrate test. Carbohydrates are the most common organic compounds in nature. They mostly contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, which is why they are called hydrates of carbon. Carbohydrates plays important roles in living things, serving as energy sources and building materials. Carbohydrates are divided into four types based on how many sugar units they have: monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, like glucose and fructose, are the simplest carbs because they have just one sugar unit. Disaccharides, like sucrose and lactose, have two sugar units connected by a band called a glycosidic band. Oligosaccharides have 3 to 10 sugar units linked by glycosidic bands. Polysaccharides are the largest and most complex carbs. They are long chains of sugar units and include starch, glycogen, and cellulose. The materials needed in the Molisch test: distilled water, Molisch reagent, 1% glucose, sucrose, xylose, lactose, and starch solution, concentrated sulfuric acid, test tubes, and peptides, and also aspirator. Procedure. Step 1. Prepare the control tube. Take a clean test tube and add 4 ml of distilled water and add 2 drops of Molisch reagent into the test tube. Mix it gently. This tube will serve as the control, and it should show no reaction if everything is functioning properly. Let's test the control tube. Fill the test tube with glucose and Molisch reagent. Slowly and carefully add 1 ml of sulfuric acid to it. As expected, no color change should happen here. This tells us the reagents are working properly. Next, let's test glucose. In a separate test tube, place 1 ml of 1% glucose solution and add 1 ml of Molisch reagent to the test tube and gently shake to mix. After that, tilt the test tube with glucose and Molisch reagent. Slowly and carefully add 1 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid along the side of the test tube, allowing it to flow gently down. The acid should form a distinct layer below the glucose solution. Look closely at where the two liquids meet. You should see a purple ring from there. This means the glucose is reacting with the Molisch reagent. Repeat the same step for each of the following solutions. Add 1 ml of the solution to a new and clean test tube. And add 1 ml of Molisch reagent and gently mix it. And add concentrated sulfuric acid and observe the result. After performing the test for all carbohydrate solutions like glucose, sucrose, xylose, lactose, and starch, record the observation regarding the color formed and the presence of or absence of the characteristic ring at the junction of the two liquids. The appearance of a purple or violet ring at the junction of the two liquids indicates the presence of carbohydrates. If no color forms, then carbohydrates are not present. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Keep experimenting and learning. Thank you!